Welcome back to the Jimmy Cheese channel. Thank you so much for coming here again. It's great to see everyone. I'd just like to start by saying a big thank you to everybody who's tuned in to all the videos recently and to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. It actually does mean a lot, and subscribing ultimately, if we can reach a goal of about 1,000 subscribers, means that we should be getting a lot more views, and it should enable me to keep going and know that the content I'm producing is valuable to everyone and that everybody enjoys it. And I'd love to hear comments, what you like about them, what you want to see, what you don't like, I suppose. Today we are doing a walk and talk. Kind of just wanted to do it because I'm out trying to get fit, kind of catch up on things that has been going on in the week since the games. So if I try and do this weekly, the last game was Newcastle. Unfortunately, I didn't go to that. I had a lot of friends who did. I went last year. I just cannot get out that often, all these different places, because I have work commitments. So we'll catch up today. Got a few topics to go over. I'll be putting some little graphics on the screen. Just my thoughts really on everything that's been going on. Newcastle, we lost 1-0. I have to say that I was very pleased with the, no, that's not right. Not pleased with the result. I was pleased we didn't get battered by them. In a way, I think a 1-0 loss is not really what we deserved. I think there's many reasons why we could have won that game, but it's a great place to build from. Like, loads of positives in that game, a couple of negatives, which we will discuss. The big talking point this week is Fabian Schär and Brereton Dias. My opinion on it, it's brilliant to see somebody in the Saints team who's willing to just be a bit of a tit and play the game, the modern game. And every other team out there are doing the same thing. Everyone. But we don't. We're always the nice guys, Southampton. You know, we're always soft. And I don't think we've really been rough since Romeo. We've lost Romeo. I remember that first day that he came into the team, and literally his first challenge, he went in and just took some guy out, and he got a yellow card. And it's that enforcer. And I'm not saying Diaz is going to be that enforcer, but I think to see somebody shithouse the shithousers, I am so happy to see that. So I've got on my phone some quotes from Graeme Souness. Now, obviously, the guy is a lot more smart than I am about anything football related. But I don't think these guys' comments are always fair or in line with what other people really think. And some of them are outspoken. There's a few pundits out there that just like to write Southampton off and just give us a bloody hard time. So yeah, I'm going to read his comments and negotiate this track here. Yeah, his comments are just, I get it. I do get it. I get what he's saying. But as I said earlier, it's the modern game. So, you know, if it was Liverpool, then it wouldn't be a problem. So just why? Because it's Southampton that we're cheaters. About the cheating by Brereton Dias, they got Fabian Schär sent off. If you walked down the street and did a survey of 10 football fans and asked what annoys them, they would say cheating. Yeah, cheating to a degree, but I wouldn't say that was completely cheating. That's my opinion. That's shithousery, and any other team is doing that. I mean, look at Newcastle, Pope, all the time wasting. Apparently, like, the ball was actually in play just over 45 minutes out of the 90. That's Newcastle's dark arts. That's how they do it. But when we play them games, we're cheaters. So Ben Brereton Dias cheated. Shah was wrong, but I personally think the referee should have gone to the screen and sent Dias off and booked Shah. You're cheating. Shah putting his head towards him, and there's no action of headbutting. There's no action of I'm going to hurt you. Dias has thrown himself to the ground, and that's a red card. He's tried to deceive me, tried to cheat the people in the stadium and the wider audience watching at home. You have to stamp it out, because that's the thing that frustrates supporters more than anything else. You can say that was an invitation that was too good to refuse, but that's not us. If we allow this to continue in the game, which referees are doing, then our league is doomed. We're the #1 league in the world and the most watched. We're where the money is, and we have to retain it going forward, because simulation can damage us. I mean, that's blatantly calling Southampton cheaters. I mean, we're probably like the nicest side. Do you remember all them years when we've had fair play awards and things like that for being such good guys? And the one time we do something like that, they're all over us. Nah, I don't buy it, I'm afraid. Yeah, I hate simulation, but you know, you look at all these other players that just go to the floor and roll around like Muppets. It's what they do, but in Europe it's worse, a lot worse. England, yeah, we should be big, we should be hard and strong, but then our refs won't let us play hard and strong, so, you know, you've got to play to what's in front of you, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I think it's a load of rubbish from Souness, and fuck them. So the actual game then, 1-0 to Newcastle. Obviously, they went down to 10 men. I thought they were doing a decent job. I thought Saints were doing in fact, a bloody good job before the sending off. Got over an initial bit of pressure from Newcastle, handled them very well, and then we kind of grew into the game. The sending off was a sending off, whatever, and then Newcastle pretty much changed their strategy and put 10 men behind the ball. Any team that does that to you, especially one well drilled like Newcastle, it's going to be difficult. And there's a lot of people out there also who are saying, we had 80% possession, blah, 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 19 shots, and we couldn't even score. You look at the two absolute units that they've got in the middle, the centre-backs, they are massive, and everything that they were doing was forcing Southampton out wide. If you do that, that's going to force them to have to put the ball into the box. When you start putting the ball in the box, you need somebody on the end of it. Adam Armstrong, he's not the biggest guy. I think, look at all of them players. None of them are going to be able to out-muscle big centre-backs at all. They're difficult to play around, and obviously the balls into the box don't work. So what do? You can keep trying it, you can keep breaking them down, hope that they're going to make a mistake, or bring on Tall Paul. Where is he? I'm not saying he's the best in the world. I don't know. We've not given him a fair chance. But that kind of situation, in my opinion, someone like Tall Paul, that's what he's there for. You know, cause a bit of chaos in the box. Maybe they'll even have to put 2 guys on him. You know, maybe you can lay it off to somebody just outside from a ball in, and then you can take a chance. I don't necessarily think taking Sugawara off was the best thing, but you know, we've got to trust the manager. But that's my opinion. We couldn't break them down. So what are you going to do? So to come away 1-0 loss, it's not too bad. As I say, there's some positives there. I think we can look to build on that, because we've got some other teams coming up, and if we play as well as we did in that first half, I think that things actually might be all right. I do want to talk about Alex McCarthy though. He has been with the club for quite a long time. I think he's had some seasons where he's been half decent, you know, but I don't think he's right for us. Not right now. And I don't think Gavin Bazunu's the one either. I mean, you look at how he did that season we went down. I know a different manager and everything, but last season he can play a pass, he can kick the ball a little bit, but when it comes to saving, just not good enough. Same with Alex McCarthy. Sometimes he can make some good saves here and there. I don't think his positioning's the best all the time, but he certainly can't play with his feet. And I'm sure he could whack that ball. Of course he can play better than I can. We knew going into that match that he was going to be an issue. I think everybody knew, all the fans knew it, didn't we? You know, and sure enough, it's the one thing, and we end up losing points because of it. And he's not entirely to blame. Look, you can't just blame the guy. It is what it is. Why the hell are we not focusing completely on getting a decent keeper? It's been clear for years that we've needed one. Since Forster, you know, when Forster was on form, now we've got to change it. We really need it. So the other pundits, Carragher and Neville, released their season predictions. Would you believe it? They've got Southampton down to lose and get relegated, both of them. Do we all feel the same? Being like fans, I don't know if that's what we want to believe. I've heard that you know, Leicester are going to get whacked with double points taken off and that their season's already over. If that's the case and they lose these points, and they're certainly not looking as strong as they have done in the past, then maybe that's one team below us. There's 2 other teams that we'll have to worry about. And if we can get 17th, great. Stay in the Premier League, built the squad up a little bit. We've got a bit more experience. We're playing the teams at the bottom and we've got to scrap for them points. And again, if someone like Dias is going to do that to scrap and make himself look like a tool, brilliant. Thank you. Coming up this weekend, we've got Nottingham Forest. First home game of the season. I'm looking forward to getting to the stadium and seeing what changes have been made since I was last there. Lazio game. And I'd like to see the new fan zone. Actually, I've seen a few pictures and I think actually it looks really cool. I think it'd be really nice lit up at night. Should be good vibes at the stadium. If you watch my Lazio game vlog, you'll see there's a couple of things that I'm not happy about. And as pathetic as it sounds, the beer. And it has been for a few seasons now. The beer is always warm and flat. Why? Is it petty? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's petty to go somewhere and expect to, you know, when you pay now £7.30 for a pint of Sapporo, for it to be at least fizzy or cold. But it's literally warm and flat. Went to Manchester United and they're giving out cans of Carling, and I know it's sacrilege, but I'd rather have a cold can of Carling out of the fridge and pay £6 than pay £7.30 and have a crappy beer with a massive head on it. And they really need to sort that out, because that for me comes under value for money. And I don't think that many people go to the game and just get absolutely hammered there now. I don't see it too often, but I would rather go down early and enjoy a pint in the stadium, soak it up and buy things there. But when it's crap, why would I? Why waste your money? You know, I'd just leave it a bit later, go to the pub, you know, have a proper cold beer and then go. And it's the same with the food. I'm hoping that they really have made some upgrades. They didn't at the time filming last week. Outside you've got some great options. The Quackers guys are fantastic. They're doing a really good job out there. Sandra as well, they've got some really nice products. I know it's catering for the masses, but you can do better than a dry flaking bun and a crappy rollover sausage, right? Right? If you sort that out, then I think, you know, I'd be a lot happier about the match day experience. It's the only thing that really lets it down, really. Staff are generally pretty nice. The new ticketing system, it's the first home game and it's going live on Saturday. No problems at the friendlies. A lot of people were surprised that it worked. We're going to have 30 to 33,000 people going in, but you never know with these things, I suppose. I assume that they've tested it multiple times and we shouldn't be worried. We'll see. I'd like to be able to put it into my Apple Wallet as well, so then I could just use a watch or something to sign in. I don't always like having my phone. Looking ahead then to Nottingham Forest and the actual game. Should be an interesting one. Nottingham Forest have made some good transfer acquisitions. They've got Alanga. I'm surprised he's left Man United, but I thought he looks fantastic. What a transfer. They've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, and while he didn't have the best time over the last couple of years, he had such good promise. Like, they've got pace, the kind of front three. And then Chris Wood, who's a known entity, he's been in the Premier League for a long time. That attack, in my opinion, is pretty solid. Now, I don't know how their defence and midfield is, and I know that they have had a couple of dodgy seasons, but they are, in my opinion, on the up. They had a couple of years ago, they had chaotic transfer seasons, but looks like they've done some good business now. They should play with 4 at the back, and I would like to think that our attack can have a good run at them. We need to start registering some points and opening the goal scoring accounts. I'd like to see that this weekend. Just get moving. How do we think Adam Armstrong's going to do this year, by the way? Last year he had a good run, didn't he? But the previous year in the Premier League wasn't there. And I did wonder, like, if putting him out on the wing was that cause. But we seem to have played him there a lot. But we need something focal point up front, which kind of brings me on to the transfers this week. So with our new transfers in, have they excited you? They excited me. That Leslie lad coming in on loan from Chelsea, I think that he looks pretty solid. 6'3". I think probably he's going to be back up for Flynn Downs. I'd be surprised if he's going straight into the team at his age. I would like to see like a really solid midfield, but I don't think we've got really room for it. Joe Arubo, by the way, has looked fantastic so far. He looks so much fitter, stronger, really come back into it. I remember when he first played and showing all these silky smooth skills around the box, and he kind of just fell off from there. It was probably, whether it was mismanagement of him, but he's starting to look really good again, and I think he's probably even got more room for improvement. Sekumara apparently is on the way out. It's Tuesday, by the way, at the time of this recording, and you'll be watching it on Wednesday or after. Sekumara was never good enough, in my opinion, for Southampton. Sometimes I think he showed some really good promise, but I just thought he always looked really lazy, lethargic, not up for it. So him potentially going off elsewhere is good. And I believe we're getting back what we paid for him, something like 10 million. Obviously we've got Cameron Archer coming in from Villa, 15 million. Could have paid 6 and had Ramsdale. I know we need strikers, but apparently Cameron Archer is, quite powerful, explosive, dynamic. He's got a cracking shot on him, but he hasn't had that much of a return for goals. But I think he'll need that distribution into him. He's going to need a lot of support, I think. A lot of our strikers always seem to be isolated, just don't ever get what they need. But hopefully we can get that. I mean, we are loving to play it around. We're not always kicking balls into the box at height, and we're definitely keeping the ball a lot more than we used to, so potentially it is what we need. Mateus Fernandes is meant to be coming in from Sporting Lisbon. Apparently he is good on the ball, he's strong, he's got good passing, good shooting, and I think he's probably a number 10. If that is true, then quite possibly that would be Charlie Alcaraz leaving. And I've always liked Alcaraz. For whatever reason, he's not really hit it off in the team. I think he could be really good, but something's just missing from him. And whether he's moody, who knows? Maybe he's just not happy in the UK. So looking ahead to Saturday, my plan is we're going to, before the game, go visit a sandwich shop in Southampton called Mauries. And they've had some really good reviews on social media recently. They've only just opened. They're on the Avenue down near Domino's Pizza, on the corner towards Shirley. They like doing things in a focaccia bun. They look like nice big fat sandwiches. All things well, head down to them. If not, we might just stick to the stadium. We'll definitely do a stadium tour and look at the new facilities. see what's changed since Lazio, see if the beer's shit. It's going to be, isn't it? And but yeah, and we're also going to see where our new seats are this season, so looking forward to that. We are in the Northern stand, safe standing, but we haven't got anybody in front of us, so if the missus wants to sit down, she can sit down. We'll see how that goes, and yeah, don't give her a stick, thanks. So I hope you've enjoyed this little catch up. I have. I feel like I've got some things off my chest actually, which I've been meaning to say all week. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to the channel. Give it a go, we'll see how it gets on. And this is a new channel, and I want to bring you good content, but I don't want to do just a match day vlog like everybody else does. As I said before, we're going to be going around a different venue in Southampton before each game. So we'll be checking out like local eateries or pubs or coffee shops, and then heading to the stadium where we'll have a little bit more of a match day vlog kind of thing. But I don't want to just sit there throughout the game commentating, because you can watch that on Sky Sports or wherever. But ultimately, by leaving a comment and letting me know what kind of stuff you want to see or venues you want me to go to, this channel is going to be more crafted to what you lot want. And that's the most important thing. So anyway, thank you for coming along so far. A walk and talk, as I said. I want to get fitter. Hopefully I don't sound too bloody knackered. I did go to the gym just before this as well. It was raining, and the plan was I might do a walk and talk from the treadmill, but it was packed in there. But then the sun come out and it's bloody beautiful. So I'm really glad that this worked out. So yeah, I'll see you in the week. Thank you so much.